stream here at France for round 7 of the League of Europe. I am joined here as always by Ivor Bryn Mike. How are you, Ivor?
Not great. But, we here.
It's understandable, sure, but we just got to put that behind us and try and give you the most entertaining commentary of this D4 race as we can.
Yep.
So, missed a bit of the session so far, but we've got times coming in and they're looking quite good.
They're looking pretty competitive. Jasper right now on provisional pole with a 31.1 from the looks of it. Yep. As the Co-Masters decided to give me a angle where I couldn't quite see whether that was a 1. But, it's all sorted, and Maverick in second with a 31.9, and then we got some hard tyre times coming in with Jerome.
Jerome? But the guy with some numbers at the end of his name that we can't say properly.
Oh, Raj pops in with a third.
Yeah. 32.9 on hard, that's quite a quick lap. As I'm guessing we should expect from Raj by now.
Yeah, I mean, Raj has definitely got the pace, I'd say, over the rest of the competitors, but he just seems to find himself in these positions where he just drops down the order.
And it's not always even his own fault, because he has had a few disconnects.
Yeah, and, Jasper, Ryan B, even Kieran as well, they are quick enough to really punish him if he does disconnect or has an incident. Which has made the D4 Championship very interesting.
Yeah, one person who current quality performance I'd like to highlight is Mopai, or Mopai, however you say that. Currently sitting P5. Great so far from him. That's only 6 tenths off the fastest hard runner as of right now.
So, that's good. We're seeing these times on the hards. We've seen a couple of laps done on softs already. So we know it's going to be probably a soft tyre on pole. What do you think the pole time would be?
But looking at where it is right now, I'd say maybe mid to high 30s.
Do you think Jasper would have actually goaded Raj, Ryan B, even Kieran into taking that soft qualifying run?
I'm not too sure, because yes, the soft tire does give you an advantage in grid position, but it can also make your race a fair amount more difficult. So the guys are, if they're going to switch tires, they'd probably better put quite a bit of thought into that before they make that decision.
As Cloudy jumps up into 11 for the 34.1. Obviously this track can be very, very easy to overtake, especially with that DRS on that back straight. As we found out earlier, I believe he was able to run in a low fuel mix in the ERS setting and still close in on the guy ahead.
Yes, the strength of the DRS at this track is definitely excessive, I would say, honestly. But we'll just have to see how drivers deal with that when it comes to defending during the race.
Yep, as Slayer has popped it up into second with a 31.2. So a good lap there from Slayer. We got Smitsky, who is... Okay, he's glitched out for me, right? Wait, why is it done this? He's coming to the pits, that's why. Okay.
Also, I'd like to point out that Ibo in the chat saying it's fine race weather. I'm guessing that means dry.
Or is it cloudy with possibility of rain? Because we
I
did see in
mean,
our race earlier that it was cloudy, and then Jeff comes over the radio and says,
yeah,
rain in about 10 minutes.
the rain started as soon as the race ended.
Yep, which is a good thing for you. Who have we got? Actually, on a lap right now, we do have Maupai. He's in sector 2, just crossing the second sector split. Now he is down by just over a tenth, so we'll see if we can improve on his time. He is running quite aggressive on the ERS, which will definitely run out before the final corner, which is not ideal, and yep, he's run out already.
Yeah, that's really gonna hamstring his lap a bit. Possibly
We got
losing upwards of half a second with that. Even still,
he does
only
find a
half a
little
tenth.
bit of time. He did find a bit. If he can keep his ERS in that final sector, he can easily gain, like, honestly, I'd say around about half a second.
Yeah.
Right, Maverick is chucked on a set of the medium, so I wonder if he's left a bit of time on the table with his soft one.
Ryan just crossing the line there.
Yeah, and
Just
it's a fantastic lap.
narrowly beating out Maverick's time.
Maverick, he is invalidated his lap, so right, I'm going to stay on board with Sven because he is about to start his flying lap, and I have a message a sec. Let me just check this, and he does lose the back end to Sven, so not a good thing for the racing point.
But it seems like he's been able to collect his car quite well and continue with that lap anyway.
That's funny.
Well,
I'll tell you. I'll actually say it in the DMs on Discord. There you go, you should have it. As we got Smitsky coming up to the final corner now, he does look like he is looking pretty decent. He might be able to improve here. Let's see what it's going to be. It's a 22.8, so half a second improvement.
I believe it's a 32.8. If it was a 22.8, he'd be massively ahead of everyone.
Hey, look, right, you know, Smitsky has that in him, I believe. Who else have we got on a lap? We do have Slayer, who's currently on a flying lap, so we'll stay on board with with Slayer for the time being. Now, as he goes purple in Sector 1, so this is going to be a very good lap from Slayer if he can keep this up. And Don Steering Wheel pops into third on the mediums with a 31.7.
Great lap from the Ferrari driver there.
Yeah, do you know what? In the beginning of this season, I was thinking that Smitsky was going to be the #1 driver at Ferrari, but as the season's gone on, I'm slowly coming to the realization that Don Steering Wheel is Ferrari's #1.
So, I mean, Don Steele has shown that he's got the straight up pace, but Smitsky's also shown that he can play races quite well at times. So, I don't know if there is a definite #1 in that team.
I mean, you know, I just said there's a definite #1, this Don Steering Wheel. Smitsky,
Right.
pull your legs out, bud. And here comes Slayer to the line, and he does improve.
1.0.
Yeah, so now Jasper has to respond to that. And we got Ryan on a set of softs, so he's been goaded into the soft tyre strategy. He is currently on the mediums, mind, so being second at the moment on the mediums, though we are waiting for Raj, who is coming to the line right now. He has invalidated. He was 6/10 up, which would have put him P3, so Raj showing that he definitely has the pace, but he's got an invalid this the next lap. He's done.
Yeah, it's his quality over if he's got this lap invalid. So he seems to be pushing a bit hard for someone on an invalid lap.
I mean, he might just be looking to see what he can do, but the circuit is red for me, meaning that he has invalidated his lap, and it was red before he started, so it must have been an invalidation this and next lap.
I mean, it's either that or it's just the mini-map not working. Who knows? The Maverick's just improved slightly on his time, but enough to get him ahead of Mayor Ryan, but not enough for him to catch up with, even with Don Steering Wheel ahead of him on the mediums.
Well, speaking of Ryan, Mayor Ryan is not on the flying lap, so his session's over. Kieran, on the other hand, also not on the lap. Who have we got on a lap? We do have the racing point of Maupai on the lap. We also have not Ferrari, Jesus Christ, I really am flabbergasted today, and the Mercedes of ST5. But we'll stay on board with...
Let's go.
Actually, we'll go on board with Ibo. Ibo coming to the line
Ibo
first. Oh, he took that beautifully.
That's going to improve though.
Right, Maupai now, final corner. He did get on the curb slightly, so he does improve. He gets him up into P8. What about Dave? What can Dave do?
Dave up to P5.
Yeah, good lap here from Dave, and
then
ST5
ST5 up to 13.
Yeah, on the hards, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, well this is interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting spread for that top 10.
Yeah, we got the front two on softs. We got Maverick in 6th on softs. Raj in 8th on hards. Yeah, on hards, and then the rest on mediums. Now, I think the fact that Raj was unable to get his qualifying laps in, that is seriously going to hinder him, because, well, he's going to have to take those hards pretty long, and he's not going to see the benefit of them until around about lap, I'd say like lap 8.
It'll be lap 8 that he starts to see the benefit, yeah, but if he's wanting to gain something from the stars, he's going to have to end up pitting quite late into this race, which means he runs the risk of, if he gets caught up in anything, it can definitely destroy his chances of a good finish here.
Yes, and Well, we saw earlier that the guys on the softs. I mean, for us, it was the front row. They were able to pull away pretty sizable distance at the start.
Yeah, but
But
then that
around
gap
about
didn't hold for long.
nah. So the question is, obviously, Jasper and Slayer are going to be looking to get away as quickly as possible. But if they start battling, they're just going to hinder their tire strategy, hinder everything that they're trying to do, and it'll play into the hands of guys like Ryan and Ryan B and Raj and Don Steenwheel, etc., and Dave.
Yeah, then we should probably also mention, was it Maverick starting down in P6, is it, or something on the softs?
Yeah,
But
he is
he's
going to
going
be
to want to
looking.
clear cars really quickly on these first few laps.
Yep, now we're going to see what tyres everyone's opted for outside the top 10. Jod, Kieran, Smitsky, Sven, Cloud, and Craigie opting for the mediums. Then we got ST5 and Ibo opting for the hards. And I have burnt my thumb.
How have you managed that?
Um, pass. Hang on, I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. I'm just gonna run this under some cold water so cool it down.
And now we've got all the cars lining
Okay,
up
I'm
in
back.
their grid spot. Alright, yeah, we've got Ebo saying that Murray Walker never done that.
That's because my Walker isn't either than Mike. Let's be fair.
Is that a good thing, or...?
I don't know. It could be either a good thing or a bad thing, but we are on the grid now, waiting for the 5 red lights, and here they come right now. For 5 red lights, and we are underway, and it looks like a very good start from Jasper, as well as the Williams behind, who got off to an initial good start, but we got Dave looking down the inside. Gets overtaken by Ryan
And
B. He's going to try and
Smitsky.
he's gone wide.
Smitsky's gone to the back.
Oh, Ryan B. losing it. He has dropped multiple positions. Oh, Racing
Oh,
Point and
Murphy's out.
Maupai and Sven get entangled up with each other, and we have a safety car straight away.
I feel like I've seen the two pink cars in an F1 grid taking each other out before.
Really?
Yeah. I'm
Where was
sure that's
this?
happened in real life at some point.
Are you referring to the good old days of Ocon and Perez?
Yes, I believe I am.
Hmm. Well, this could actually be a blessing in disguise for the guys on the sauce, because they could just go medium out to the end.
Yeah, it was definitely a blessing for Jasper, because he managed to get that amazing start compared to Slayer, passing him before they even get to the breaking point of turn 1. And now he's just been allowed to hold on to that position without even having to defend for a few laps.
Yeah, so good job there from the Haas driver. No, Ryan B won't be too happy with how his start has gone. Actually, let's have a look and see who has gained the most
I'm just
positions
checking
and
that
everything.
J Cloud has gained 5 positions in that, and Craigie's gained 4. So yeah,
Fantastic start from them.
and overall we haven't had that many big losers. We've had a few people losing 2 or 3 positions, but that's about it. Yeah, with 3 people losing 2 positions and all that. Other than, of course, Milpie that got DNF'd, causing the safety car, but...
Yep, and the only one in the pits is Sven.
Yeah.
So... I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure I've seen some front wing damage on a couple of the cars. I'm surprised that no one's come in for that pit stop.
I'm just flicking through trying to see if I can see any damage on anyone else's car. Can't see any, but come on, camera.
Right, so Jod is okay. I got a fantastic camera angle from afar. I need binoculars to see any front wings.
No, I don't think anyone else does have front wing damage, or had front wing damage.
Unbelievable. There was a lot of front wing debris that was around.
Must have just been from the 2 pink cars.
Unbelievable. Joe, it's times like this where you wish you could go to a commercial break or something.
Yeah, we need sponsors. Damn it. I mean, I think it's quite interesting, honestly, that none of the guys that started on softs decided to just bite the bullet and jump into the pits as soon as that safety car came out.
Yeah, it's a strange one. I mean...
Because, I mean, especially I'm thinking Maverick could have quite easily jumped onto the mediums.
Well,
where
this
he
is the
is now,
thing.
he's not really gaining much by being on softs.
Well, this is the thing now, right? There's a couple of free laps for Jasper, Slayer, and Maverick. They could stretch it to the pit stop window for the mediums and just jump on the hards and then on the same tyres with roughly the same tyre life.
Yeah, but even if they do stretch it that long, will that prove to be faster than just pitting twice for mediums?
I'm not sure. We'll see. Zibbo gets a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. That is not what you want to see from the Williams driver.
It always seems to be us that gets the safety cars to start as soon as the race starts, doesn't it?
Yeah, like I said, we need commercial breaks. Like, you know, I mean, I've burnt my thumb, so maybe like, you know, the first commercial break should be, have you had an accident at work lately? Have you burnt your thumb? Well, we finally have a solution for you. It's called a bottle of water. It's called It Can Cool It Down. And of course...
Yep, safety car in this lap.
Of course, we got the safety car in this lap. Now we return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
No, we've got position changes on the safety car.
Ryan
That's
B
not meant
getting
to
past Craigie.
Nah, Craigie was behind him. I think Craigie shot past him by accident.
Ah,
Yeah, it looks like Craigie's trying to be cheeky and start alongside the McLaren driver.
that's
Which means
actually not a
you're
bad
allowed
show.
to do it, but it's a bit risky.
Yeah, so we're going to go back up towards the front and get ready for this restart. Jasper around the final corner, and looks like a nice clean getaway for him.
Yeah, it's a nice getaway from Slayer as well, but just not quite nice enough to keep with that Haas.
And he is under pressure from the Williams behind him of Jerome.
Yeah, and with the potency of slipstream here, even the tyre advantage that Slayer has right now might not be enough for him to pull ahead.
But we got Mir Ryan all over the back of Don's steering wheel. Now, slipstream is quite powerful. If he can get close enough, he might be able to look at the move into the chicane. Don't think he's closing quick. Oh, he is closing quick enough. Nah, he's fought better with it.
Now, further behind, we've got a bit of an interesting battle between Raj and Maverick. Two guys on the furthest apart tyres.
Yeah, that's now this, for me, this is crucial for Raj. He needs to get past Maverick ASAP. As Don Steering gets past Jerome. So good job here from the Ferrari. I didn't quite see it, but
It's like Jerome's not quite given up in that position yet.
but he has gone a bit wide. He might be under pressure now from Ryan. He's going to go around the outside of the final corner.
He's not quite able to get the run though to hold that. So Jerome holding on to that position for now.
But he's going to look down the inside of turn one. Nah, he's backed out of it. Smart move.
Might as well wait for the back straight before trying to make any big moves. And we've got two Mercedes fighting through the first sector as well.
Yep. As ST5 goes off.
Oh,
And
George lost quite a few positions there as well.
That's not good for George, as Ryan B goes very wide on the I forget what corner it is. The corner onto the straight. We'll just go with that.
Just say that I don't know turn numbers here.
And Jerome losing 2 positions now. He is dropping down 3 positions.
Not sure what happened there, or if that was just him getting a terrible run out of that chicane. It doesn't look like he's got any damage, so...
It might have just been a bit of a slide on the rear tyres on the exit of that corner there for the man in the Williams, and it has cost him a few positions.
Now, one of those... Oh, and Raj immediately looking off his inside.
Malpai has left the session.
And Jasper already pulling out a 1.7 second gap. Slayer.
Ryan B and Cloudy Cloud right side by side. The Haas is going to stick it down the inside. Little bit of contact between the two of them, and that's going to invite Jod to have a little bit of a look. He backs out of it though.
Not quite anywhere for that Alpha Car 2 goal. I think these two fighting tooth and nail, it seems.
Oh, look at Jod's got a fantastic... Oh, he had too much of a run then.
Yeah.
And now he's going to lose a bit of time and go back up to this battle for 4th place between Mir Ryan, Dave, Maverick and Raj. And Jerome has actually lost quite a bit of time to these guys.
Yeah, it just appears to be losing time hand over fist right now. Not sure what's causing it. And also we got Dom's steering wheel closing in on the back of Slayer.
Yeah, I think this might
P2.
be. I think this next lap might be a moment where Don
Yep,
does
Slayer's
get ahead
fine.
and Slayer's into the pits.
Yeah, so's Maverick.
Okay, well this is
Jasper,
just
the only
released.
person sticking. Yeah, Jasper, the only person sticking with those soft tyres. Be interesting to see how the gap between Dom's steering wheel and Jasper changes over this next lap, or until Jasper decides to pit, and already appears like it's dropping. Maybe not very quickly, but it does appear like that gap is closing.
Yeah, but this is around about that time now where the mediums are going to be faster than the softs,
And
even with Jasper getting a few free laps in the safety car. But question is how quickly as Smitsky is losing positions to Craigie, so not good there for the Ferrari, and Dave picks up his first penalty of the evening.
Also had Sven picking up a 3-second time penalty
Here
a
goes
few seconds
Smitsky
ago.
DRS. Gets back past the Mercedes.
And also got Dave now right on the back of Ryan, going through the third sector. Interesting to see what the McLaren driver tries to get past that Red Bull.
Yeah, there's not many opportunities in the final sector to make an overtake.
And it can actually be quite difficult to keep the gap that you've got down. And yep, Jasper going into the pits, not wanting to give the other soft runner of Slayer that big of an undercut on him. And oh, interestingly, Jasper going for the hard tyre.
Yeah, Jasper's
Looks
thinking
like he's
of going to the
he's
end.
trying to run to the end.
Well, that
Whereas
is the
Slayer and
recommended
Maverick,
the recommended pit stop for the soft to the hards. So
yeah, and it's interesting because Slayer and Maverick, who are the back two cars now, both went for the medium tyre.
it's got ST5, I think, has spun it.
Yeah.
Yep, he spun it. He drops down to the last place. Meanwhile, we're going to go back up towards the front. Raj currently in 4th place. Now this is the moment now where Raj's tyres are going to be slightly better than the medium, so...
Yeah, and he's already looking quite strong in this race.
Yeah, but we got Kieran actually, side by side with Jerome. He's going to try it around the outside.
He's backing out of that. Probably quite a smart move. You don't really want to be going side by side through that corner.
I know from personal experience. Looks like Raj, he is seriously putting the pressure on Dave right now.
And Dave appears to be starting to drop off the back of Ryan again. I'm not sure if it's with this pressure or if Dave's just not quite able to keep up with Ryan even with the aid of Slipstream and DRS.
Well, I think the DRS is helping him, but that Sector 3, the dirty air effect, it really does hinder you a bit. And obviously we have to mention as well that it is very easy to overheat not only your engine but the tyres around you. And of course, overheating your engine means that you're going to have a slower power on the straights, and it could mean all the difference. I mean, if I was Raj right now, as Dave picks up another 3-second time penalty,
and Kieran just gets past Jerome.
Yeah, if I was Raj right now, in Sector 3, I would be running in lean.
Yeah, I don't really see much point right now when Raj actually pushing that hard. I mean, obviously he'll want to clear these guys, but they'll probably be pitting fairly soon. So if anything, Raj should just be trying to keep his nose clean right now.
Yep, and just gonna have a look at the gap from Jasper to Don steering wheel, and it is 21 seconds, which is it is coming down a bit. I
Oh,
forget what the pit stop
and
time length is here.
Maverick has got past Slayer.
Yep, good move there from Maverick. Didn't see it, so apologies. As we got Jod going around the outside. Oh,
Oh,
Cloudy's lost it.
contact. I just
I
keep it
didn't
out the
see.
wall.
I didn't see no contact between them. To be fair.
I think there might have been a bit of wheel banging, but I don't really think I could put fault at anyone's feet after that. We had J Cloud doing well to keep that half out of the wall.
And now we got Jerome trying to get back past Kieran with DRS, not able to do so. And Ryan B on the back of him as well, so this could be a tasty little freeway scrap in the next lap. Back up towards the front, we got this little three-man battle going on with Ryan, Dave and Raj.
And
Three teams.
Maverick getting a corner cutting penalty for gaining a position.
Well, that is a strange one. Interestingly enough, I was about to say it. This is what I kind of want to see in real life F1, where McLaren and Renault take that step up to match Red Bull.
The team everyone wants to see well next season's Alpha Tauri, Alpha Tauri, however you pronounce it. Because they're going to be the best team. and there's no bias at all from an ex-Toro Rosso fan. None.
Nah, I mean, Toro Rosso doesn't exist anymore. How can you be a fan
so
of something that doesn't exist?
I can't be biased. It's a different team.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, bit of contact between Dave and Ryan.
Ryan
that
tried it down
disastrous.
the inside, and Raj goes into the back of Ryan. So has Raj got front wing damage? Is it
no,
it
appears like he's escaped that damage free. Miraculously. Still side by side into the chicane, and Ryan managing to hold on to it for now. But Raj having a look up the inside.
Yeah, he's got a fantastic run out the chicane.
Yeah. And
oh
they've
no,
both gone.
They've both gone.
Raj is out. Raj hits the wall.
Raj has gone. Ryan is around. And that's a VSC. Really?
Yeah, I don't think there's any contact between them there. I think they both just lost it. It was synchronized spinning. I think we should refer to that.
Well,
I mean,
here's the thing with that corner. When you're side by side with someone, sometimes the game will preempt the spin anyway, even though no contact was made. Which was similar to... It was similar to what happened with me earlier. Sometimes you'll just preempt the spin, and now this has actually worked out very well for Dave, because he's just got a much better pit stop window than what Don Steering Wheel and Kieran have got, though I think he will be ahead of Kieran anyway. But
yeah, and it's also worked out fairly well for Jasper, letting him get past all those cars without having to pass them on track.
Yeah, so Jasper doing well right now. He is in 4th place, but that is effectively a net P1.
Yeah, it's net P1 with Dave currently in net P2.
Yeah. So a bit of a mistake there from Don Steering Wheel and Kieran to not come into the pits and take that. It's not a free pit stop, but it is definitely a quicker pit stop than what they would normally get under normal racing conditions.
Yeah, they've probably... The people that pit there probably gained, what, about 5 seconds or so compared to pit stop under green.
I thought I'd say a little bit more.
Yeah.
As we got Ryan down the inside of Craigie, and this time Ryan does not lose it, but
Craigie's
Craigie goes
gone
off.
massively wide after that. Looks like Craigie just wanted to squeeze Ryan right to the inside there, turning in almost as if he didn't care that the Red Bull was there at all.
Alright, now we're going to see
And
where does
Kieran
Kieran
now
come out.
pitting this lap. Let's see. He's already well behind Dave. He's behind Jerome and Ryan B.
And Slayer.
Possibly even nice man.
Slayer down
Imagine
the inside.
side by side with Slayer.
Oh.
So as Don's steering wheel still has a 19-second gap to cars behind, it will be interesting to see where he comes out after his pit stop.
And Slayer's gone. I just saw then Slayer dropping positions, yellow flag in sector 1, and it is for the Alfa Romeo.
I've got Jasper now fighting with Sven for P2. Should be a decently easy move, saying the difference in tyre life, and yeah, Sven
Down
not.
the inside.
Oh, Sven actually trying to hold that round the outside there.
Oh no, Jasper!
Oh, and
He lost the back end slightly. That's going to put him under serious pressure now.
yeah, Smitsky now right on the back of Jasper in the Haas with dragging Dave Javu along with him.
Yeah, you got to think that Smitsky's going to be coming into the pits this lap though.
Yeah.
Unless he's trying to take those
Whereas Don's steering
mediums.
wheel surprisingly still going.
Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking Don and Smitsky might be trying a medium to soft.
I don't see that strategy working out for them though. Because unless these guys start battling incessantly, they're going to lose time. Because those mediums are going to start to become quite a bit of a handful from here on out.
Well, here's the thing. It would work for Don's steering wheel, I think.
Yeah, and Jasper now gets past Sven, so Jasper can now show his own pace. That gap between him and Don's steering wheel will start to close.
And now Dave should be able to get past Sven here as well. So keeping the pressure on the Haas driver is the man in the McLaren.
Dave looking to the inside of the chicane. And he's managed to make the move under braking.
Yep, lovely stuff there from Dave.
And interestingly, with the gap between the two Ferrari drivers, they might both be able to pit on the same lap and not have Smitsky get held up at all, or at least not much.
Yeah, it's actually a great point, and I didn't actually notice this, but Maverick pitting again for a set of hards. So he's two-stopped this.
I would guess that he had picked up damage. I mean, I'm pretty sure he had already resigned himself to a two-stop, saying he pitted on about, what, lap 5, lap 6 for mediums. He'd never get those mediums to the end, so he was always going to have to make another stop.
I think he might have just taken advantage of VSC. As in the chat, we do have Raj cheering on the Ferrari of Don's steering wheel. Now,
well, he's obviously not wanting Jasper to win this because his championship rival.
Yep, and Jasper going to be under pressure now from Dave. And speaking of Dave, Dave is actually in a very good position right now to get this done on track, because his tyres are so much, they're going to be more fresher than Jasper's. Obviously we do know that Dave does have a couple of penalties.
Yeah, but if Dave can use those tyres to their fullest, those penalties might not even matter if he can manage to gap Jasper at all.
So we got Frankie in the chat right now saying no, Jasper win. Well, right now Jasper technically is he is net P1, though the gap between him and Don Steenwell is 20 20 seconds, and it's
that
not going
gap
down.
it's going down a bit. It's going down by, I think, about a tenth a lap or so.
Yeah, it's not going down by a huge amount though. I mean, this could actually work out a treat for Don.
Yeah, then you've also got to remember that those medium tires are just going to keep getting slower and slower, whereas those hards will be able to hold the same pace for the rest of this race. Near enough, anyway.
Yeah, but you gotta think with. I mean, if Don was to pit, let's say lap 20, 7 laps on the softs, I feel like
Yeah,
that's
but I
pretty
mean,
decent.
with how long Don's gone on these mediums, if he now can't make it long enough to get on those softs, and he jumps on the hards, he's sort of screwed up his own strategy by trying to run long. Because if he hops on the hards now, he'll come out behind Jasper and Dave more than likely, and he'll
Yeah, but
struggle to
he
get
should come
past
out.
them.
He should come out in a net P3 though.
Yeah, but I'm sure right now Don's looking not for P3 or P2, he's looking for that P1.
Yep, and interestingly now, Jerome is closing up to Smitsky, and he's got Ryan B not too far behind him. Then both of the Red Bulls not too far off Ryan B. So Don steering wheel needs to keep the lap times pumping in relatively competitive to make sure he doesn't come up behind what is essentially going to be that battle with
Yeah, whereas,
his teammate.
well, you're saying that I think Don's steering wheel tires are starting to properly go off the cliff. It looks like he has lost 6 tenths in that last lap. And that lack of pace is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger as he prolongs this stint.
Yep, and Slayer into the pits, making his second pit stop, showing that the two stop, it wasn't the correct strategy here today.
I think it could have worked had that VSC not came out when it did. Oh, and that was a weird visual pit glitch when I was watching Slayer. His pit crew weren't out in time, so he just left with fresh tires.
I mean, to be honest, like, sometimes your pit crew's they're just having a lazy day.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at this right now. There's 24.8 seconds between Jerome and Sixth, who effectively is going to the end of the race,
Yeah.
and Don steering wheel right now. So
And Don's
I'm
steering
not.
wheel still not pitting. So it
Ryan's
does
picked
look
up a
like he's
3 second
trying to
pen.
jump on those soft tires, and a couple of laps from now is probably when you'll be able to pull that off.
Well, what's it called the pit window for
Yeah,
softs.
Smitsky has jumped into the pit, so I would assume he's going to try the softs. Just following him in. Yeah, Smitsky jumping onto the soft tires, it seems.
Yep, and
Trying to make it to the end, which is really not going to be an easy ask to do quickly, but the tires will last.
well, this is the thing I was going to say in that the obviously for Jasper, who started this race on the sauce, he did an out lap, a flying lap, and an in lap on him before obviously the start of the race. So technically, there's an extra
Jasper,
2 laps in there, I think.
yeah, Jasper probably could have also went a few laps longer, seeing as we had a safety car in his middle of his soft stint.
Yeah, 100%. And here's the thing: the soft tires, they're gonna be quick for I'd say the first 4, maybe 5 laps. In the race, anyway, they're usually pretty decent for 4 to 5 laps. Then they drop off massively. Fresh softs, it's not a huge ask to get them to work and that to make them work for around about 6, maybe 7 laps before they go off massively.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at that gap between Dawn and Jasper coming down, and I'm not sure if, when it comes to the end of the race, if Dawn will be able to pass. Because, I mean, it's possible that Dawn might even come out behind Jerome if this keeps going.
I mean, the gap is 24.4 seconds now. But here's the thing, I mean, he's going to be on 2 compound softer tyres, and he's going to be on fresh tyres as well. He's going to be a few seconds quicker per lap.
Yeah, but also depends on what wings everyone are running, because if he comes across someone running much lower wings than him, even with Slipstream and DRS, he might struggle to pass them.
So we got, and Slayer pops in at a 34.7, a good lap there from the man in the Alpha, though he is outside the top 12, so right now he has the fastest lap. I'm not sure whether, I don't think he gets a point for it though, because he's outside top 12. So he needs to find those 2 positions, 4.6 seconds between him and Cloud, and Don's in the pits.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course going for the soft red stripe soft tyre. Be interesting to see where he's actually going to leave that pit lane now. And Sven has also gone into the pits.
I'm on board with Jerome right now, and he is going to be behind Jerome. What about Ryan? Oh no, he gets out ahead of Jerome.
He's got ahead. But
okay, well that's changed everything.
Yeah, but Jerome's going to have DRS on the long straight.
Oh, he's going to drop out of that DRS window now. Look how much time he's going to gain in these 3 corners.
Well, Jasper picking up a 3-second time penalty, that could be massive.
Yeah, that could be huge.
Because, I mean, as things stand right now, Dave is pretty much out of this fight for the win due to time penalties. So really, all Don has to do is close in by 1.5 seconds. Or, no, 2.5 seconds.
Yep, and Jerome didn't even get a DRS on Don, so...
Yeah.
That's what I mean, these soft tyres, look at that, purple middle sector. And because we're in spectator mode, we actually can see that that is actually legit. Not like when you're actually racing, it just gives out purple middle sectors for everyone.
I mean, you have to make everyone feel valued, right?
I mean, you know, to be honest, they're trying to rip off Oprah. You get a purple sector. You get a purple sector. Everyone gets a purple sector.
Nah, it's a primary school sports day, mate.
Oh, nah, I'm not even going to say the word.
Well, participation then. Is that what you're thinking of?
I can't even. The words are just not coming out of my mouth today.
And SD5 now hopping into the pits.
Yep, and Smitsky on the back of Jod, so this will be for 8th place, and I think that is probably as high as Smitsky can get, because 12.5 seconds to Ryan up ahead.
Yep. Though he will have to fight off. I mean, by the looks of things, he might still have to fight off George, but he's definitely going to have to keep fighting off Sven for the rest of this race.
Yeah.
And just an update on Dom's steering wheel. He is now within 2.5 seconds of Dave. So that gap is closing rapidly.
Smitsky.
Yes, Smitsky.
Oh, he's under pressure there from Sven. Sven spun it! He went straight into the back of Smitsky, then tapped off the side pod of Jod. And that is the racing point around. You are a commentator curse. It has shifted to you. You commentator curse, Sven.
Yeah. I think it's whoever does the intro. We should just stop doing intros, then we won't commentate or curse anyone.
Raj in the chat right now saying, don't let Jasper take 25 points.
We've also got Mark in the chat saying that Don's going to do bits.
Yep, Don is closing down that gap right now to Dave, and I think next lap he might just be within DRS.
I think he's going to be within DRS by the end of this straight, honestly, with the amount he's just gained there. He's already within two tenths of being in DRS.
They spent Jasper's ERS and Dave's ERS.
Yeah.
They spent.
I mean, Don isn't doing massively better, but he is still doing better.
Yep, and here's the thing, Don, to my knowledge, hasn't picked up a penalty yet.
I can't remember seeing one. So,
unless it's just flown under the radar.
Yeah, so as things stand right now, Don is technically in P1.
Yeah, for the championship sake, obviously Raj would want Don's steering wheel to get ahead, and possibly he'll get Dave ahead as well.
Raj wants both of these cars to get ahead of Jasper.
Yes,
it's highly unlikely at this point that Dave will beat Jasper, but it's definitely on for Don to come away from this race with that win.
Yep, and this lap, depending on how good Don's slingshot is onto the back straight.
Yeah, with the amount of time he gained 5 tenths or so last lap without the idle slipstream in DRS.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I think him passing's a foregone conclusion, honestly.
Yeah, he got a much better run, and
yeah,
he's got it done halfway on the straight.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
it is second gap between Don and Jasper.
As ST5 pushing the fastest lap, but as said earlier, when Slayer done it, he's down outside the top 12.
I think the question Don's going to be asking himself now is, does he want to win this on track? And I'm guessing that the answer to that's probably going to be yes.
I mean, here's the thing for Don. He's obviously he wants to win it on track, but he's not going to be stupid about it. He's not going to go for a dive.
Have to. No.
Yeah. What Don needs to do is get within DRS and let Jasper drag him along.
Yeah, it's like everyone would want to win on track, but a win's a win at the end of the day.
I don't know. I've never seen a win.
I can tell you, winning through penalties and winning on track, they're the same thing.
I have distant memories of a win from last season. It was terrible. But here we go. Don has been getting fantastic runs out of.
And he's within DRS as well.
Yep, and this is just going to crunch into the gap that Jasper has.
No, it's right now Don has DRS and he also has more charge in his battery.
Yeah, and speaking of the battery, he wasn't really using it. I think he's just saving his ERS.
Yeah, he's probably saving it just so he can also save his tyres for a bit longer, too.
Meanwhile, Jerome technically I think is in a net third place with Dave's penalties.
Possibly. I'm not sure if Jerome himself has any penalties or not.
Yeah, I think Dave is safe at the moment from his teammate.
Yeah, Dave has 2 penalties, so yeah, he is safe.
And I'm pretty sure I've seen Ryan B pop up with a penalty as well, yeah. So the question is, has Jerome got a penalty to his name? Now, I don't like checking the penalty situation.
I mean, Raj in the chat says that he doesn't have any, so I'm going to take his word on it.
Raj is just trying to get our hopes up because he wants Jasper to finish as low as possible. We know Raj's game.
Yeah, Jerome not having any penalties doesn't affect Jasper at all. Jasper's far enough ahead that even if he picked up another time penalty, Jerome would still finish behind him.
Yeah, but
it's looking like both the guys in the front two aren't actually pushing all out. Jasper seems to just have his DRS set in medium and just be cruising around like that.
yeah, I think Don just knows he has it run, so he's not. Not going for it.
I guessed if he sees an obvious opportunity, he'll probably try and take it. But he
Right,
doesn't have to.
I'm gonna go back with
take any risk.
Sven because he's just got past Jod. I saw that time closing in, and there he goes down the inside. So Sven back ahead of the Alfa Romeo. Although he is quite some time off Smitsky now, and Smitsky, he's done a bit of work to close the gap on Mir Ryan, but it's not enough. There's not enough laps and not enough pace and no softs for that.
One thing I'd like to point out is gap between Dave and Jerome seems to have dropped by about a second in that last lap.
Yes, and I think Jerome has actually closed in by like 2 tenths maybe on Jasper, so yeah. Jasper does get a second penalty and starts battling with Don on the final lap. He could lose second place.
Yeah, it's not out of the question.
Oh, Ibo. No.
Now Ibo actually just about to be lapped. Looking like possibly he might be, if he does, be the only person to get lapped this race.
Yeah. I don't know why I was just following on with Dave when we got a battle with Don and Jasper brewing. In fact, I'm going to go TV cam. Let's see what's going to happen in the final lap.
You want to use the TV cams here?
Yes.
Are you a masochist or something?
Hey, I'm not using broadcast cam. It gives me terrible angles every now and then. But here we go now onto the final lap. Jasper in the lead with Don right on the back of him as Jasper's just picked up another penalty. Oh, this is on.
And gap between Jerome and Jasper 6.6 seconds.
Oh, is Jerome going to pinch second place off Jasper? Jerome does have the ERS to push.
Yeah, but the gap seems to be, at least so far this lap, seems to be growing. So...
And Don Sewell's left the session.
Disconnected
on the final lap.
You can get back in quickly, you can still do this.
Now, here's the thing, I'm not sure, because he has disconnected. If his car crosses the line, does he still
I mean, he's definitely finished over 95%, so I'm not sure if he'd get full points or not, though that's the question.
What is the gap is 7 seconds between Jerome and Jasper, so looks like Jasper should be able to hold on. In fact, actually, there's 3 seconds between Jasper and
so it's going. Don's Ghost's going to finish first, but
and he's back. He's back. He's joined on the final corner,
but he's not technically in control of that car.
He's missed out.
What?
He's missed out. He had a penalty. Don Sewell's missed out on. Oh, he disconnected and it cost him the win.
His Ghost picked up the penalty.
I don't think so.
His only penalty is on the last lap.
Oh, in that case, then Don will be able to get that removed because was the ghost. Unless, actually, I was on board with Don for the final lap, so I don't know. Unless he got a penalty for exceeding on turn 2, because it did look like he went a little bit wide, same as Jasper. But
let's just check what the incidents page says that penalty is for.
But Jasper picking up the win might be disputed. Jerome in second.
I'm sure Don Stadium Wheel is going to be arguing that he should get that.
Yeah, it all depends on what he got the penalty for.
It depends on how the goblins in the steward's office are feeling today.
As Dave in 4th, Ryan B in 5th. Kieran gets ahead and stays ahead of his teammate Mir Ryan for 6th and 7th. Jod, he does come back and actually gets 8th, so Smitsky did drop the position to Jordan, so did Sven. So yeah, that's there's definitely going to be some steward reports.
Yeah.
As Raj actually said that the game's glitched, like what happened with him in Monaco, so Don should be able to get that overturned. So even though Jasper is on the top step of the podium, once it's overturned, which is most likely is
we
going to be,
think it will be.
Yeah.
It's looking like Don is actually the winner of this race.
Yeah. So even though the people on the podium might switch around a couple of positions here and there, it's still 18 points gain for Jasper on Raj, which you can't argue with.
Yeah, and as Jasper already had a decent lead, that's just extending it even more.
Yeah, so our final results classified by year, there will be changes, obviously, if Stewart's reports here and there. Jasper winning, Jerome 2nd, Don Stewart 3rd, Dave 4th, Ryan 5th, Kieran in 6th, Mir Ryan in 7th, Jod in 8th, Smitsky 9th, Sven in 10th, 11th is Maverick, and Cloud picking up the final point for the Haas team in 12th. And then the man with the fastest lap is ST5 with a 33.5.
Yeah, and unlucky for him, finishing one position outside of the points. So
yeah, 3 seconds off as well.
That fast up doesn't actually mean anything.
Oh, it was his 5-second penalty that cost him. He had a 5-second penalty. Oof. Right, well, that has been round number 7 here for the French Grand Prix. It was quite interesting, you know. Obviously, there were points in the race where it was pretty spaced out, not much going on.
Yeah, and there was the safety car, which was a bit boring to watch.
Yeah, but Ibo said he won. Yeah, I agree, Ibo. Ibo actually, 25 points to Ibo.
Yeah, but Ibo should get 25 points every week.
Yeah, you are right. What is this in the standards at the moment? Jasper's winning in D4? Nah. Ibo's won every single race so far, bud. Right, well, that's going to be it for round number 7. We shall catch you next week for round 8, which will be the Austrian Grand Prix. So until then, guys, I've been Iverburn Mike, joined by...
And up in that Ton Almanac Scottish person.
Yep, Ton Almanac Scottish person, that is his actual name, by the way.
Yep.
Including a Scottish person on the end of it. And we'll catch you next week. Until then, guys, keep it easy.